Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Swarupa Damodara Swaminiti Namine. Hare Krishna, friends. I would like to introduce myself, Dina-Anukampana from Singapore originally, now living in India, in Bhubaneswar. And I'm the founder of Gita Jayanti International. This service was given to me by my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Shripad Maharaj, who was also known in the scientific world as Dr. T.D. Singh. He envisioned that Gita Jayanti would be the new frontier for global preaching in this millennium. And it was more than 28 years ago that we first did the grand Gita Jayanti in Singapore, and we managed to get about 26 Hindu temples and organizations involved in jointly observing the birthday of the Bhagavad Gita, our universal mother. So it has grown from strength to strength every year. Each year the Hindu Endowments Board appoints a different Indian organization to take the lead, and people are queuing up sometimes 6 years in advance to become the leader for that organization. It's a very good platform for networking amongst all different communities and organizations in Singapore. So we have spread it to 8 countries, if I may see the names here, from Singapore, then Malaysia, then New Zealand, then in Australia, Sydney, Perth and Brisbane, then in Cambodia, and then in Chennai at the Ashtalakshmi Temple, and in Dhaka, and in Bali, where the Hindu Parishad has taken it up quite seriously, and all the Hindu organizations are involved in doing it there as well. So now we want to globalize Gita Jayanti, and we are soon going to open a chapter here in Vrindavan. Day after tomorrow, it will begin in the Balakrishna Vidyalaya, that the children will be singing chapter 12 of the Gita every morning as a part of their morning assembly. Singing the Gita is our special, you can say, discovery or invention. We sing it like a bhajan, and we present the text in a very simplified format with 4 short lines rather than 2 long lines, and we mark out all the long syllables so that the children can identify which the long ones are. When we make it so simple like that, within a few minutes the children start singing the Gita, and gradually we can increase the speed of our singing. If we chant Gita very fast, then it's very difficult. So we are going to open a chapter in Chennai also soon, and we have started some Gita singing in schools in Varanasi, and at Bhubaneswar and Manipur, and in Singapore and Malaysia as well. So we are having plans to take some of our trained children to a cultural meet at UNESCO in New York, in the United States of America, in the near future. And I would also like to mention that I was the personal secretary for my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Shripad Maharaj. He was the first scientist in the world who began the study of consciousness within modern science. I believe it was in 1974 in San Francisco that he held the first symposium on the study of consciousness within science. And he organized several important international science conferences. And I was serving him as personal secretary in organizing the conference, the Second World Congress on the Synthesis of Science and Religion, that was held in January 1997 in Calcutta. And then Life and Its Origin, Spiritual and Theological Perspectives, that was hosted by the mayor of Rome, in Rome, Italy, at the Protomoteca Hall in 2003. So several Nobel laureates in science had participated in those conferences, and Maharaj has published many books where he had interviewed several Nobel laureates in science, and I have helped to edit those books. The Bhagavad Gita teaches scientific truths, spiritual truths, universal truths, And if it can be made simple and accessible so that all the children of the world know how to remember at least some of the verses, or maybe one chapter, like chapter 12, it takes only 5 minutes to sing it when you know it by heart, then it would help to bring in an age of peace and reduce all this, friction between different sects, my religion, your religion, and so on. Bhagavad Gita talks about eternal truths and our relationship with God. I think many people in India believe in the Gita, but it's not accessible because the only reason is that generally it is chanted too fast. When the Pandits do a Gita Jayanti part, they finish the whole Gita in 1.5 hours. And even for someone like me who's been, reading and singing Sanskrit for 30 years, I find it difficult to keep up with which verse they're on. Whereas when we do it our way, small children also join in and they sing and dance and they enjoy it. And we take 5.5 to 6.5 hours to sing the whole thing. If the children are slow, we simply slow down the speed. There's no rush. And we've got all our resources, whole Gita recorded on YouTube. And the nice thing about the YouTube is you can change the speed, slow it down. So if you simply slow it down to 50%, even a 5-year-old child will easily be able to sing the Gita. So please help us to spread awareness about this Gita being available, accessible to all. And let us hope that very soon Gita Jayanti will prove to be a platform for unity for not only all Hindus, but for all human beings across the globe. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.